And it's time for our nature segment. We are joined, as always, by Mr. Dan Hodges from the Naturalist Facility out at Johnny Appleseed Metro Parks District. And it looks like you're standing out in the middle of a prairie today.
In a field of wildflowers. Lynn, this is an incredible time of year. So I'm here, I'm actually out at Modern Metro Park, and the flowers in this prairie are just, as the kids say, they're bussing right now. This is a wonderful time to be out in the prairie. So prairies are habitats that are generally dominated by grassland. We don't have very many trees here. So it's this kind of open space. And in the spring, in May and June, things are very green, not a lot of things blooming, but then we hit this midsummer point, and one flower after another just kind of go in succession all the way through till the end of the fall. This is perhaps my favorite time, and actually I'd like you to take a look. These animals are, these plants are just incredible. So we've got bergamot here. You may know it as bee balm or monarda. We've got coneflower over here, purple coneflower, gray-headed coneflower. There's black-eyed Susans out here. We've got milkweed blooming, baptisias blooming in the back there. There's asters, soon to be goldenrods. It's just an incredible time in the prairie to be out here and enjoying these flowers. It's just a field of flowers. It's incredible. It's really great.
I know you accidentally used the word animals earlier, and I was wondering, are there actually animals that use the prairie for their habitat?
Absolutely. And I was looking at one as I turned around because this, all these flowers, you get pollinators galore. So you're talking hundreds of different types of bees, butterflies, of course, wasps that are preying on other animals. You got, katydids and crickets. It's just filled with animals out here. It's a little cooler this morning, so I only saw a few right now. In fact, there's a bumblebee taking a nap on that flower right back there. So the animals, especially the insects, they love it. And without being so tall as a forest, everything's kind of compressed down to eye level. And there's a lot going on. Incredible diversity of life, not just, like you said, plants, but the animals too. And it's all right at eye level. Really, really a cool place to be.
Now, we haven't had a real wet summer, but yet things seem to be thriving. Do they actually kind of do better when it's a little drier out there in those conditions?
Yeah, so these plants are designed, are adapted to this part of Ohio. Ohio had maybe 5% prairie, a couple hundred years ago. We've lost most of that. But these plants grow deep roots, way deeper than your, turf grasses like here, and the compass plant, which I haven't seen one right here. But that one grows, 15 feet deep. And this monarda grows, these plants grow deep roots. And so, a little bit of drought here and there, a little dryness, these guys are ready for it. And they make great additions to your garden too. These plants, many of them behave quite well and don't spread or grow aggressively in your garden. So this is a really good selection of plants too. So when you're taking a walk in one of the park's prairie, which we have several, take a look at some of these plants and maybe consider putting them in your own garden. Great for the habitat, great for wildlife, animals that are going to participate in them, but then also great for you too. We've got several prairies at the Park District, Modern Metro Park, Kenrick Wood, the Little Kirchhoff Prairie. That's incredible. We got some at Teddy Bear, Haber Ridge, and a few more as well. So as you're out and about around the Park District, some of them are a little older than others. So it's kind of interesting to see the succession, the restoration that's happening with some of those prairies. We're going to take a trip next Tuesday. That's next week. We're going to take a trip right here to Modern Metro Park, and we're going to take a look at some of these prairies. We'll talk about some of these plants. You can come join us. We're out here with the Bluffton Public Library at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. But the prairies are a great place to be. Come out.
All right. Thanks so much, Dan Hodges, our naturalist with the park system. And we are back with more right after this.